Yep. No. I don't think. Um, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it's BS, quite frankly, and Elliot went out last year and had the prerogative and said it over his radio that he was going to do whatever it took to help the five win. And there's radio evidence in 2020 of Eric Jones' spotter telling Eric Jones not to pass Denny Hamlin at Martinsville. Like, to be quite frank, Custer got penalized yesterday for the Roval thing, where he, yeah, but I mean, Briscoe was already in the playoffs. Well, Briscoe was already in the playoffs. He was even with Larson heading into that chicane, and because I guess of tiebreakers, he was ahead of Larson. I mean, here's the thing, like, I mean, to penalize it, no. They said it didn't affect the round of 8, that's the thing. If it didn't affect Briscoe making the round, then like, why penalize it? Yeah, what the heck? Come on, man. Like, I mean, Chase went out and altered a race last year. Eric Jones, I mean, this is no different than pushing your teammate to a win at Talladega or Daytona, in my opinion, Like, Tyler Reddick had no intentions of winning that race in Daytona in August. He was glued to Austin Dillon's bumper. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with pushing your teammate to a win to help both of you get into the playoffs or to help both of you advance or whatever. There's nothing wrong with it. Then being courteous on the racetrack to your teammate is a problem, I understand that there's other cars on the racetrack, but I think that the video only looks as bad as it does because Briscoe had made it up in his mind going into that chicane that he was going to full send it. And whatever happened, happened. So it just makes Custer's braking and being conservative look all the more egregious, Yeah. Yeah, but I'd love to see the SMT data, over his entire race, how he did it, I just think Briscoe sent it in, and honestly, I think Briscoe sent it in, knew Custer was there, and then thought Custer would be like kind of a buffer to keep him from getting into the chicane and getting a penalty, I mean, this is quite a hefty penalty. Like, this is some Spingate level penalty right here, And this is not a Spingate level crime. But, NASCAR picks and chooses its favorites.
Well, they're also the ones who created the mess, so.
Yep. I mean, if you don't want this sort of stuff going on, don't have a playoff. If this is a penalty for that,
but you can make adjustments to your car and not get penalized this much, like.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, like, I mean, going back, like, it feels like SHR is very targeted now. Between the Custer thing and, like, the Kevin Harvick thing, too, to a bit. Like, I mean, I don't think Kevin Harvick, like, didn't have anything wrong with his car. I'm sure that there was something wrong with the deck lid. But you can't tell me that Harvick was a random guy to be going back to R&D, I just think that this is NASCAR's new way to penalize, actions detrimental to stock car racing. And I wouldn't be surprised if, when we get to Martinsville, that the 11 car, you know, Denny Hamlin gets taken back to R&D. I would not be surprised. In fact, I would be shocked if Hamlin doesn't end up at R&D at some point at the end of the season. Because they went after Truex, they went after Harvick, probably the two of the three most outspoken guys about this next-gen car. I'm sure it's going to be Hamlin. I actually wouldn't be surprised if Chase Elliott gets a shot in there, you know. He's been... Yeah, that was Busch League. Yeah, and that's not very... I mean, that's Busch League in my opinion. I mean, for who he is and like what he means to the sport overall, like, he cannot be pushing cameras away. He is the face of the sport, whether we like it or not. You know, he's the most popular driver.
Well, go on the trailer if you want a private conversation.
Yeah, but Dale Jr. has done that before too. So.
But it doesn't. But just because Dale Jr. did it doesn't make it right for Chase to do it.
And I get
they are
that.
both wrong for doing it. I mean, he's having this conversation with William Byron, but he acts like it's some private conversation, as if there's not haulers right down the road, right in the infield. There's not a driver's only parking lot. It's not like he doesn't see William Byron every day at the race shop, you know what I mean? I just don't, I mean, first of all, he pushes the camera away, and then he steps up to go after the cameraman again. I mean, he has every right to film him on pit road. He's in a public place. This is no different than if we sat there with our own iPhone cameras, had pit road access, and filmed him having a conversation. You know? I mean, I'd love Chase Elliott to come pushing me out of the way on pit road and see what the hell happens to him. I mean, he can run me over with the car, that's fine. My family will get a very nice, you know, check in court from him. Oh, yeah, I mean, come kick, if he thinks he can kick my ass, go at it. I'd love to see him try. I'm not scared of Chase Elliott. He can come to my house, he can come to my podcast, he can come on my show and call me whatever he wants to. And I will do the same. But, I mean, I just don't think it's a very good look for the sport when its brightest star... Yeah, I mean, it's just not a great look for the sport overall. Yeah, exactly. Or if the conversation is so personal and private, then don't have it in a public domain like that. You know? Like, just go have it at the hauler. Take a 10-minute walk and then go to the hauler. I understand that they have media obligations because they're playoff drivers. But, like, I don't know, and I understand that, you know, he got wrecked and he's frustrated and stuff. But it's not the media who wrecked him, you know? He wrecked himself. He wrecked himself off of Tyler Reddick. I mean, the way that I interpreted the events of what happened is, and anybody can tell me I'm wrong if they disagree, but it looked like Allmendinger ran him hard. Allmendinger ran him hard into right at the beginning of that restart, ran him up the track, and then Harvick plowed through Allmendinger. And then after that, Chase tried to shut the door on Tyler Reddick, and Reddick was trying to put himself inside, and Reddick had position, and then Chase spun himself off of Reddick's bumper. And that's what I saw. But I mean, that's a hard racing deal, you know? And he's already locked in the next round, and I understand points are important and stuff, but I mean, I don't know. I don't get the equation of Tyler Reddick
Sorry,
wrecked
Ryan.
me when I'm already advanced into the next round of the playoffs, but let me be a total jerk to the media. You know what I mean?
I'm all over on my nice skates.
I just smacked the inside wall. Oh shit, sorry that.
You're good.
Oh shit.
Okay. I'm sputtering, boy.
One more lap and I had you there, Josh, in situation. I know we would have been out of gas, but
Oofed.
my tires were not terrible.
It's a good thing I did hit that inside wall, because if not, I would have been out of gas. I sputtered and coming back to the line.
Oh. Yeah, not Martinsville. Kinda hoping Chase Briscoe makes it to the championship 4, just to see what happens. I mean, if we're going for the all-parity championship 4, it's definitely like some combination of Briscoe and Blaney, right? Like a winless champion, and then the guy who only won Phoenix.
My prediction of either one full, already champion or at least 2 reigning champions with 2 non-champions is looking good.
I mean, there's only 2 former champions left. One of them's gonna get there. For sure.
Logano's been the most consistent, honestly.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Logano gets there. I don't know. It's been few and far between the times that he's impressed me. I feel like he's gonna come down. He's gonna be one of the ones that comes down to Martinsville. I don't think he can. I don't think these cars are that hard to drive. Or that hard to drive. To be quite frank, I think the wheels are going to be too wide, and there's not enough horsepower to make enough tire fall off for a bump and run to work. I mean, it was him and Byron in the spring up there, right? At 1 and 2 in Martinsville. Oh, sorry, Josh.
It's alright. Just trying to keep you straight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it looked. I mean, I was watching the. I mean, when you watch the race, it looked like Logano was trying to send it in on him, you know, and give him the old bump and run, and he just couldn't quite do it. which I assume is just a product of the car being relatively stable. Obviously, they'll have some sort of improvements, but the thing about a short track and a road course especially is when the cars are that easy to drive and they're getting more and more control over the setups and they're getting faster and faster, if the entire field's getting faster, it makes it harder and harder to pass because it eliminates strategy and it eliminates tire fall off. They need to come back, redesign this car with thinner wheels, and certainly a more flexible body on impact in the rear and the driver's side. It seems like you've got to find a way to dissipate that energy, because the energy of these hits is just massive, absolutely massive.
Did I glitch or something? But
I trust NASCAR will make strides in the right direction. I just don't know if they're fast enough, and I don't know if they'll be effective enough, because they seem pretty intent on not listening to their drivers and teams. Which, as far as I'm concerned, if there's no drivers, there's no teams. If there's no drivers and teams, there's no sport. Yeah, well listen, when they start putting me and you in the race cars, not to say we can't do it, Sam, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm not Chase Elliott, and you're not Denny Hamlin, but we might both be better than Cody Ware. So, yeah. Or if they want Joe Schmoes off the street, then like, let's do it, but I mean, you know, we saw what happened when the strike hit with the MLB, you know. This is why the drivers should unionize and strike. I really think the drivers should strike, like walk out at Phoenix. I'm not even kidding. Walk out at Phoenix, there is no race. Chase Elliott's declared the champion by virtue of having the most playoff points. That's how he end the season. Something similar. I mean, they talked about doing some rear clips and stuff, like clips, but I imagine the car will be the same. I don't know why they just don't run the Xfinity cars with more horsepower. You know, that's too easy of a fix probably for them.
Oh boy. Everybody. Hey, come here. Let's go. You don't want to sit down and watch me? Okay. This car's looking to pass me. Two cars about past me. I am not second, ladies. I'm actually in the lead. They're trying to pass me.
No, you're a lap down. We're trying to put you another lap down.
Try to get your blue car off the road. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah? No, I don't need any help.
Yeah, he does.
He needs all the help.
Maybe a little bit.
He needs you
I need a little bit
to
of
press the power button on his controller.
Yeah.
Should he be suspended for the
Just
indefinitely?
don't press that button, okay? And you can help.
Should he be suspended indefinitely and fined $100,000?
About 100 pieces of candy.
Yeah.
all these other Hindu cars. Oh gosh. What's the idea? It shows it.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
Luke ain't here for that, and okay, I'm almost done. Love you, buddy. Mwah.
I wish the top was just a little bit faster here.
I passed 9 on the top.
Yeah, it's just not.
I cleaned it on. I got it. Come. Love you. Fantastic question. Oh shit. That came up quick.
There goes the state or the strategy. Unless you
Yeah.
saved it.
Saved it.
Oh. Wow.
son of a gun. Come on. I played that strategy perfect, dude. Oh, y'all were catching just... Fuck.
I was really thinking that one out.
Oh, this racing.
We just pitted. Yep.
Oh, shit. That just got tighter than a month old right there.
Ooh, I think I didn't hit you, Josh. I don't know if I did or not. What?
Good. Nice one, Shell.
Appreciate it.
All right, we are at, I believe, Bristol next.
I needed this win because if I went to Bristol, I already knew I wasn't winning that one.
Bristol and then Watkins Glen.
Hmm.
And then a trip to Chicagoland to end the round. So,